So, I messed around and bought probably one of the best series that I've ever seen, even as a kid. And I think we should talk about it. Let's get started. So, for the first time ever on Blu-ray, I managed to pick up this right here, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, honestly, if you haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, I don't know if we can be friends, man. I'm gonna just be real with you. It's because this is easily one of the best things that I've ever seen, ever watched. And you know what? After completing the entire series within the span of a few days, I can honestly say that it still holds up, and here is why. So it literally comes with every single piece of Avatar, anything that you can possibly even think of, okay? And it's the description in the back even tells all about all of the stuff that you can do. Now, let's go ahead and let's take this off right here. Now, once we take this off, you're gonna see this really nice piece of artwork, straight up true and true. Now, once we open it and look at all of the discs, it kind of puts things into perspective on how great and how amazing this cartoon was, especially for a lot of people who happen to be growing up around that time and that age. Not only are you going to get the wisecracking comments from Toph or the true principles from Uncle Iroh, but you also get the agony and the pain that even Zuko experiences from his run-in with his dad. And honestly, the entire thing makes me very happy that I got a chance to experience this whenever this was first happening. My brother was even watching this with me, and this is his whole entire time watching this, first reactions, first everything. So whenever the time of this release came out, I actually was not able to pick it up. You know, I just had like bills and I had other stuff that I had to freaking deal with, you know what I'm saying? But whenever I looked at the price for this thing and I found out how much I was gonna get it for, I thought to myself, I really need to cop this. Like, out of anything that I bought, because y'all know me, I like to buy Blu-rays and stuff like that, like to collect stuff. And now I'm adding this to my collection for freaking $36.99. I mean, with tax, maybe like 40 something, right? But you have to understand that this is the entire series for the whole shebang, you know what I mean? And it's not just the series alone. There are so much behind the scenes on this discs, and on every single disc, it's awesome. One of the best things that I think that this series ended up doing, this Blu-ray collection, is that they put the bonus features along with like 8 or 9 episodes on every single disc. They put the bonus features at the same exact time, and honestly, that is so helpful, because I'm the kind of guy that will do that whole behind the scenes thing, that likes to watch all of that stuff. So I thought that that was probably one of the better ideas that I have seen from a collection in a very long time. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know I'm not the only one that wanted to become the Avatar. Okay? I know I'm not the only one that has legit tried to bend water. The only time I could ever bend water whenever I was in the shower, and then I do this number or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I can honestly remember, after watching this entire series countless of times, whenever I have kind of thought to myself, alright, what would Avatar Aang do? Let me get in this meditation state, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've either done that or I've tried to throw a Kamehameha on a few occasions. Another thing that I want to mention is the fighting, because honestly, this cartoon, it really falls kind of like on a barrier in a way, you know what I'm saying? Of either just American, you know, just straight up cartoons and whatever, or borderline anime. It's like a love note to those type of things, because you can't tell me that they was not boxing all up in this show. Alright, let's go ahead and just start off with just straight up Avatar Aang. Avatar Aang's job was literally to keep balance in the world. This dude literally had every single element at this man's disposal, and every single past Avatar life at this man's disposal, okay? I remember the first time, like, rewatching the fact whenever they were at the Northern Pole Water Tribe, and they started taking on literally all of the Fire Nation. Well, not all of the Fire Nation, but a big old part of the Fire Nation, and he went into the Avatar state. This man was literally water whipping on everybody, bro. Everybody. And then speaking of water, let's go ahead and jump to Katara. Katara was literally the last waterbender left of the Southern tribe. literally the last one, and she managed to get taught by so many different people. She even studied and stole different water bending techniques, okay? In the end, yeah, she was this amazing person, but you can't deny the fact that from beginning of the series to at the end to whenever she was the best that she could possibly be, her growth was amazing. Speaking of growth again, let's go ahead and let's jump over to freaking Zuko. Zuko in the beginning was just some angsty teen that wanted to make sure and please his daddy whenever his daddy didn't even really want anything to do with him. Alright, you had Uncle Iroh, who was more of a father than freaking Fire Lord Ozai was, and I think that's what made the point about it in the whole entire series too. Now, he started off as wanting to kill Aang and his squad and his homies. He literally wanted to squabble with them every single time. Man, but in the end, he's the one that ends up actually training Aang, actually doing all of that for Aang in order for him to defeat his own father. Man, like, you can't tell me that that's not a good human growth perspective. You can't tell me that. That's almost as equivalent as a good growth, almost like as in like Vegeta. Toph was straight up boxing fools too, day in and day out. While she was a princess at night, you know what she would do? She would squabble with folks, grown men 3, 4, 5 times her size. And she had a disability. Chick was blind. She couldn't even read. And she was literally one of the best benders of all of the earth, all of the earthbenders. She was easily one of the best, if not the best, okay? And she was able to freaking bend metal. That literally helped out so much in the end of the last season, okay? And then the one last person I definitely want to touch on is freaking Uncle Iroh. Now, Uncle Iroh specifically, he was the guy that kind of taught you everything. He was the guy that gave you the principles and stuff like that. Or he would just straight up make you laugh because he was some caricature that was very like, oh, I'm a bumbling old man and stuff like that. But when he needed to fight, this man threw the biggest hands possible. He's the one that taught Zuko how to literally redirect lightning. He's the one that taught Zuko how to redirect lightning, and he even did it against his own father whenever freaking Ozai tried to kill him whenever they were in some cave. Right now, Uncle Iroh is easily one of the most pivotal pieces of the entire show. Why? Because he's the one that tells Zuko, you don't need to follow a so-called destiny that you have. Go ahead and follow with what you think is right, what you think is best. You know what I'm saying? And in the end, it ended up creating this beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. Now, I loved it. I know a lot of other people loved it, but personally, what am I trying to tell you? Is I'm trying to tell you, man, that if you were ever at some point interested in Avatar: The Last Airbender, you need to pick this up. Now, I know I picked it up from actually my Best Buy that's nearby me, but they got it at Walmart, they got it at a bunch of different other stuff like that. And you know what, real talk, other than that, I think we're pretty good. So look, I hope y'all enjoyed this video with every single thing that came into it. But you know what, other than that, y'all have a good day, and peace. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. If you look in the description below, you're able to follow me on all the social medias and stuff like that. Yeah, other than that, bye.